Okay, today we're going to be talking about direct variation. This is a very simple lesson. It's not difficult, but it's about a lot about proportions and ratios. Sorry about that. Okay, direct variation is super easy. It is an mx plus b equation when your b value is 0. That means you have the form of y equals mx, and it always has to go through 0, 0. So the next couple questions I'm going to ask you, is this an example of direct variation? You have to solve it for y and check to see if the b value is 0. So is this solved for y? The answer to that is yes, it is. So yes, this is direct variation. How do I know it's direct variation? My b value is equal to 0, so yes, direct variation. Okay? Y equals 3x minus 2. What is my b value? My b value is equal to 2, so no, this is not direct variation. What is my b value on this one? My b value is 0, so yes, it is direct variation. Solve this for y, I'm going to add that over. So my b value here is 7, so no, this is not direct variation. Okay? Super important for your brain to understand that. It is that easy. Every equation must go through the line, or the origin, I mean. Every equation. So just to make sure you understand, those are all the origin. It's supposed to be the origin. Okay? So, if a linear function or a straight line is a direct variation, then any two ordered pairs, x1, y1, and x2, y2, then this statement will hold true. y1 over x1 is equal to y2 over x2. And that's super important because this is just ratios, it's proportions. So if I give you this right here, you are simply going to put the y value over the x value. The y value over the x value. And now we're going to solve. Whenever I have a fraction equaling a fraction, I simply cross multiply. So this gives me a 5x is equal to 14. Divide by 5, and x is equal to 14/5. That is proportions. Same exact thing. Your y value is 3 over your x. Your y value is y over your x, which is 10. Cross multiply, 30 is equal to, cross multiply, 2y. Divide by 2, 15 is equal to y. Okay? This is number 10 off tonight's homework. I'm giving it to you in words this time, so we're going to make ordered pairs. If y is equal to 3 when x is equal to negative 9, do you see my ordered pair? Find x when y is equal to 5. Same exact type of problem we just did. Our y value over our x, our y value over our x. Cross multiply, 3x is equal to, cross multiply, negative 45. Divide by 3, x equals negative 15. Okay, that's number 10. Number 12, exactly the same concept, is going to be the same thing if y equals 5 over 17 when x equals 10. So I have 10 and 5/17. Find y when x is 5. So 5 comma y. Same exact scenario. 5 over 17 divided by 10 is equal to y over 5. Don't overthink this. Simply cross multiply. I have 5 over 17 times 5 is equal to 10y. Put this over 1, marry the tops. 25 over 17 is equal to 10y. Now how do I get rid of the 10? I multiply by 1/10. That's the same thing as dividing by 10. Multiply by 1/10. So here, they are both divisible by 5. So now I have 1 times 5, which is 5, and 2 times 17, which is 34, is equal to my y value. Okay? Do not overthink the fractions. If you need to use a calculator, then use a calculator. Totally okay. All right? Now, direct variation is an equation with b equaling 0, and it always is equal to y equals mx plus b. The b is 0, there is no b there. But mathematicians, we have a sense of humor, and we like to rename things. So when we have direct variation, they rename the slope as your k value, and they call the k value the constant of variation. So what I need your brain to understand, if I can extend my page, okay, what I need your brain to understand here is that your slope is equal to your m value, and that is the same thing as k, which is your constant of variation. Okay, so they all mean the same thing. So what does that mean for you? That means if y is equal to kx, what is k? Well, if I divide by x, y over x is your k. So if I want, and I ask the question, what is your constant of variation? The way you find that is you take your y value and divide it by x. This whole section is y over x. So determine whether y varies directly with x. If so, find the constant of variation and write the function rule. The function rule is just y equals kx. Okay? So how do I find k? That's y value over your x. So that's negative 2 over 1, which is negative 2. Let's go to the next one. Negative 8 over 3. Do these two match? Does negative 2 equal negative 8/3? The answer to that is no, they do not match. So therefore, this is not direct variation because my k values are not the same from one ordered pair to the next ordered pair. However, if I go here and do the same thing, k is equal to y over x, I have 6 over 9, reduce that, divide them both by 2, that gives you 2/3 is your k value. Come over here, I have 8 over 12, do it again, y over x, divide them both by 4, that gives me 2/3, that is your k value. Do it again, I have my y over my x, divide them both by 5, that gives me 2/3, that is my k value. Do my k values match for each ordered pair? The answer to that is yes, they do match, so therefore this is direct variation. So yes, this is direct variation. My constant of variation, which is k, is equal to 2/3, and my function rule is y is equal to kx, so that's going to be y is equal to 2/3 x. Okay? Pretty simple. Now, this says determine the direct variation equation through the point 6,5. Well, this is x and this is y. K is y over x. So that means I have that being 5 over 6. So my equation is 5 over 6x. I could graph that very easily by starting at 0, 0, going up 5 units, and going to the right 6 units. That puts me there, and there's my graph of that constant of variation. Okay? Same thing, find the direct variation equation through the point -7, 15. K is y over x, so that's 15 over -7. So my equation is y is equal to 15 over -7x. How would I graph that? I would start at 0, 0. I'd go up 15, and to the left set -7. There's your equation. Okay? The last thing is a story problem. Now remember, I said it's proportional. Proportional means that we are able to read this and compare apples to apples and oranges to oranges. Same concept here. When a bike is being pedaled in a certain gear, it travels 10 meters for every 4 pedal revolutions. So what I'm comparing and contrasting is going to be distance against pedal revolutions. Okay, so that's my ordered pair. So my first ordered pair is going to be my distance of 10 meters for 4 pedal revolutions. How many revolutions, well my revolutions is my y, would it be needed to travel 500, which is my x, meters? So this is exactly like our previous first problems I did, y over x, y over x. So this is going to be 4 times 5 is going to be 2,000 is equal to 10y. Divide by 10. Knock off a 0. 200 is equal to y. Y represents our pedal revolutions, so that would be 200 pedal revolutions to travel a distance of 500 meters. Okay? Tonight's homework is 2-2 worksheet 1. I will start your homework for you.